Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Brant.
I'm Lisa.
And this is Brant versus Lisa, rated and ranked for the books that came out on February 13th, 2019. This is a series where we both pick a book we want to read, we pick a book we want the other person to read, and then we pick a book together. Right?
Right.
Okay. The 5 books that we picked for this week are Captain Marvel issue number 2, Blackbird issue number 5, Next Gen issue number 1, Justice League Dark issue number 8, and Wonder Twins issue number 1.
Yes.
I got them all.
You did.
Yay. Alright. So, you went first last time.
Yes, I
Pretty
did.
sure. Alright. So, I will go first with my number 5.
Okay.
My number 5 was Justice League Dark.
Hey, me too.
Issue number 8. I gave it 3 stars.
I gave it 3 stars.
Alright. Well, there we go. This was your pick for me. Or just, was it your pick to read?
I think it was my pick for you.
No, it was just your pick to read.
Oh. Well, there we go.
Right. Yeah, so it was your pick to read, and yeah, so that meant I had to read it either way, so.
I made a mistake and read it it was the last book I read in my first night of reading.
Yeah.
And it was kind of dense in areas, and I was getting sleepy.
Yeah, it was not the first book I read, but when I read Wonder Twins first, but then the rest of the books I read at once, and it was the first one I read because you had told me that you were tired and it was like really wordy and all this stuff, and so I read it first and still came to the same conclusion.
Okay.
It wasn't terrible.
No,
okay.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. It just, I don't know, there's something about this book that just does not grab me.
It's not what I expected. I've never read Justice League Dark at all, so.
Yeah, I tried it when they first came out with this version of it with Wonder Woman.
And then I found out Constantine isn't in it right now.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. So I don't know.
The thing I did like about it was how powerful Zatanna was. I liked that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But the rest of it was just like, man, this, and I think it hurt me that I had read a good portion of the Doctor Strange book where magic was disappearing from the world, so I was like, man, this just feels like the same thing, only at DC, and I just, yeah, so I wasn't feeling it.
Guess I could see that.
Yeah. Alright, so go with your number 4.
Okay, my number 4 was Wonder Twins.
Wow. Lower than I expected.
I would just put them in order of how much I enjoyed reading them.
This is the one we picked together, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. I gave it 3 also. I liked everything this week.
Okay.
I didn't hate anything. It was funny. It's just not the kind of funny that I usually like.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fine. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. I'll read the next issue.
Okay. My number 4 was Captain Marvel, number 2, which I gave 3.5 stars. I thought it was better. Like we talked about it before, because we were both a little disappointed by the ending of the first issue. It was better than I expected. Definitely not as good as the bulk of that first issue for me.
Yeah.
But it, like you said, it went a different direction than I was expecting. So interesting. I'm still interested. I'm still going to keep reading it. I like the art.
Yeah.
Still not in love with the concept of them being trapped in some place where only women are, and the villain is a male chauvinist pig. But you know, it's like I said, it was better than I expected. So there you go.
Okay. I'm on to 3, right?
Yeah, number 3.
My number 3 was Blackbird, number 5.
Okay. And you gave it?
Gave it 4.
Okay.
So
okay.
I told you I liked everything.
Yeah, nice.
I liked this issue, I think, probably the best out of the 5, because I read them all together. Because this one really tells you, it answers questions.
Yeah.
This last issue.
Right.
So that was good. The main thing I don't like about it, I told him about it, it's sort of a magical turf war, and I don't like gang stuff, and it's kind of that, just they're in cabals or whatever instead of gangs.
Kind of, yeah.
But the art's really nice, and I like the main character, so. And there was a big revelation at the end of this issue.
Yeah. Nina.
Yeah.
I keep getting her and her sister's names confused, so I was like paying attention this time. Okay, she's Nina. The other one's Marissa.
Yeah.
Okay, because it seems like it should be switched to me. I don't know why. All right. So my number 3 was Next Gen number 1, which I also gave 3.5 stars. So I enjoyed this better than Marvelous X-Men, better than X-Men Alpha. So still not in love with the whole concept of this story. but and this one was a little slow for me still. And I understand it's supposed to be slow because it's supposed to be utopia and nothing's supposed to be happening. I think going forward in this miniseries, the action is going to really ramp up because people are starting to remember things.
Yeah.
So that was more interesting to me. Glob's fan fiction that was actual reality, and the fact that him and some of the other characters are already remembering stuff, it was intriguing to me.
Yeah.
I like that twist on it. So, yeah.
Cool.
Higher than you probably expected me
Yeah,
to
it
put
was.
it. So. All right, so you want me to go with my number 2 then?
That's fine.
Okay, Blackbird.
Okay.
Number 5, which I also gave 4 stars.
Cool.
Same reasons you did. There were answers. There was a revelation at the end, which I thought was like, okay, that.
It was just filled with revelations, actually.
Yeah, it was filled with revelations, but that one was like, oh wow, that's not what I expected to happen, because we had to get some kind of explanation as to why she could do magic.
I thought that might be the case back a couple issues or something along those lines, but not quite what happened.
Yeah, I will say her family are jerks. And the art in this book is gorgeous. I love the art in this book. That's really what drew me into it. And then, the stories just kind of kept me. So, very good. So your number 2?
My number 2 is Captain Marvel. Number 2. I gave it 4.
All right.
And the same things. I still had a few issues, but they explained them better. I like that the place they are in isn't some other world. It's just like a time bubble.
Yeah.
Kind of. On that island. And it explained how men can't get through the barrier. So that was cool to me. And the art, I really love the art in this book. So, and the coloring especially.
I did like how they all left and said, it's no use, She-Hulk. And She-Hulk stood there looking at it. And then all of a sudden, She-Hulk's in there. And then the twist with that, which was interesting too. Which I love because I hate dumb She-Hulk. So I'm glad
she was really dumb at the beginning.
She's been dumb for a while now. Since they relaunched Avengers, which was about 15 issues ago, I think, or 13 issues ago. They've made her dumb for some reason.
That's weird.
She was smart She-Hulk, and now she's dumb She-Hulk, and everybody hates it. So I'm glad to see Jennifer again. I want to see where that goes. Maybe it'll change her again. I don't know. Maybe she'll be smart again.
Oh.
Who knows?
You can hope.
Yeah, I can hope. My number 1, of course, is Wonder Twins, which I gave 4 stars. I obviously enjoyed it a little bit more than you, but I also have that nostalgic factor.
Yeah, I don't have any attachment.
I watched Super Friends, growing up, which, oddly enough, Super Friends came out the year I was born. But I obviously watched it in syndication. But
it was weird to me that they have the exact same powers as then.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't changed it at all. He can still just turn into water.
Yeah, but I think I'm hoping that they figured out cooler ways to do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, not so far.
Well, I mean, in the cartoon, he was basically usually like a puddle or a bucket of water or a bucket of ice and that kind of thing. Whereas now they could do stuff like Hydro Man, where he's like this all-powerful kind of force of water, which would be better.
Yeah. That, like, on No, not Flash. Legends.
Yeah.
The girl that she's liquid, and she does really cool things. Like, they talked his power down so much that you think it sucks.
Yeah.
But it should be good.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. And of course, she's basically Beast Boy. So she could do some, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So she could do some cool stuff too. And the fact that they showed they were smarter than the Justice League in this series, it was pretty funny. I mean, there were some funny moments. The Thunderlust thing was hilarious. It was like,
that's the part I could have done without.
But the way they introduced it, he's just like, just kind of telling us history like it's nothing.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, so I liked it, and I thought the art was really good in this book. So there you go. And so your number 1
was Next Gen. For some reason, I just like anytime they're at the school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it had that nostalgia factor for me because I've read the most Marvel I've ever read is X-Men.
Wolverine and the X-Men too.
Yeah,
you like that as well.
And before that, some.
And before that. Yeah.
And so whenever they're at the school and getting to see them in classes and younger.
Yeah. So, no, I get that.
And I knew Glob from Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah.
And I liked that they're starting to realize more than one of them are starting to remember.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
I just liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most enjoyable read for me of the week, so I gave it 4.5.
4.5. Wow, high score.
Yeah, and I like
Nice.
the art a lot too.
Yeah,
So.
art was solid in that one. So much better than Marvelous X-Men.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I did like it better than Marvelous.
Oh, good. All right, so those are our rankings. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of our picks and our rankings and all that good stuff. And join us on, what day do we do these? Is it Tuesday? We do Tuesday. We do most anticipated. So
and Friday for another edition of this.
Yes. So, and of course, like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get updates on all the other content going up to this channel. You can follow me at Brant Fowler on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us both at Last Number Press on Instagram. And until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon. Bye.
Bye.
This is the series where we both pick a book that we want to read. We pick a book the other one wants to. That's not right.
That we want the other person to read. You gotta just let it go.
I know.
Personality.
It makes good bloopers though. And I mess up a lot.